For years, the mysterious interstellar object known as Oumuamua has fascinated astronomers and ignited the public's imagination. First spotted in October 2017 by the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii, its discovery marked a watershed moment in astronomy. It was the first confirmed interstellar visitor ever observed entering our solar system. Its very name, taken from the Hawaiian language, means, "a messenger from afar arriving first," and it truly lived up to that description. At first, scientists thought they were simply tracking another asteroid or comet. But the more they studied it, the stranger it became. Unlike the round or irregularly shaped objects we typically see drifting through space, Oumuamua was elongated, shaped more like a cigar or even a thin pancake, depending on the interpretation of the data. It measured hundreds of meters in length but was surprisingly narrow. This bizarre shape alone was unusual enough, but it was its behavior that turned the scientific community upside down. As Oumuamua slingshotted past the Sun, it accelerated, in a way that could not be explained by gravity alone. Normally, comets speed up when volatile ices vaporize in sunlight, creating jets of gas that act like tiny thrusters. But in Oumuamua's case, no such outgassing was detected. There was no tail, no debris, no dust cloud. And yet, it changed speed and trajectory. For some, this could only mean one thing. Something else was at work. Harvard astronomer Avi Loeb famously suggested that Oumuamua might not be a natural object at all, but rather a probe, perhaps a piece of alien technology, like a discarded solar sail or reconnaissance craft sent by a distant civilization. While many scientists were cautious about jumping to that conclusion, the debate itself was historic. For the first time in modern history, the possibility of an artificial interstellar object was openly discussed in mainstream science. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, Oumuamua was gone. By the time telescopes locked onto it, it was already racing out of the solar system at nearly 60,000 miles per hour. Within weeks, it was too faint to track. The messenger had come and gone, leaving more questions than answers. For years afterward, it haunted astronomy, a tantalizing clue that the universe might hold far stranger visitors than we had dared to imagine. And now, everything has changed. Neil deGrasse Tyson has revealed something that few thought possible: Oumuamua has returned. And this time, it is not alone. Tracking an object once thought lost forever was only made possible thanks to a breakthrough in observation technology. A network of smaller observatories, linked by an AI-assisted sky scanning system, flagged a strange movement deep in the Oort cloud, the distant realm of icy bodies at the solar system's edge. What they detected was a slow but deliberate incursion, multiple objects moving together, with one bearing the unmistakable reflective properties, speed variations, and rotational axis that matched the data collected from Oumuamua in 2017. But what truly startled scientists was the path. Instead of coming in on a straight, random trajectory from the stars, the object had looped back. It appeared to have turned, almost as if it had decided to return. Natural celestial mechanics do not allow for such behavior. There was no giant planet nearby to sling it around, no detectable force that could explain this reversal. Even more unsettling, the object was not alone. Several smaller companions traveled alongside it in what looked like a loose but intentional formation. They moved in a V pattern, similar to birds flying in coordinated flocks, adjusting subtly in response to each other as though bound by some hidden system of control. Then came the most shocking revelation of all. The lead object, assumed to be Oumuamua itself, or perhaps a twin of it, began to emit a signal. It was not a radio transmission, not microwaves, not anything humanity has traditionally used for communication. Instead, it pulsed faintly in the infrared. The rhythm was consistent, repeating like a heartbeat, and it was unlike any natural thermal emission seen from asteroids or comets. For scientists, this changes everything. For decades, the assumption has been that space is silent, and that objects move blindly under gravity's pull. But this second appearance defies that framework. Natural bodies do not reverse course. Natural formations do not travel in organized flocks. And they certainly do not emit deliberate, rhythmic signals. The only conclusion left, however unsettling, is that what we are witnessing may be intentional. Some researchers suggest that Oumuamua may not have been a lone visitor in 2017 at all, but part of a much larger network. Its strange acceleration away from the Sun, once attributed to hypothetical outgassing, could have been a maneuver, a calculated thrust, perhaps designed to exit quickly after a reconnaissance pass. If so, then its return now takes on chilling significance. Not random, but deliberate. Not gone, but watching. Even stranger are the disturbances detected in the solar wind. Satellites have recorded subtle fluctuations in the flow of charged particles from the Sun, fluctuations that pulse in harmony with the infrared emissions of the incoming objects. Some theorists suggest this could indicate advanced technology, a shielding mechanism, propulsion method, or even environmental manipulation at a scale humanity has never observed. So far, no communication has been received in radio frequencies. If these objects are transmitting, it is in a language or medium we do not yet understand. Perhaps the signals aren't even meant for Earth at all. What if they are communicating with each other, or responding to something older, something hidden within the solar system itself? Neil deGrasse Tyson's announcement carried unusual weight. Known for his humor and accessibility, he spoke this time with rare solemnity. This was not just another space rock. This was something that challenges the foundations of science itself. Until now, every object in the solar system could be explained by known laws of motion and probability. But not this. Not anymore. The world is watching. The European Space Agency, NASA, the SETI Institute, and private observatories are pooling their data in an unprecedented collaboration. Missions are being reconsidered, satellites repurposed, and there are even discussions of rapid response probes, fast, agile spacecraft designed to intercept these visitors for close-range imaging. For the first time in history, humanity may attempt to meet an interstellar traveler face-to-face. And yet, Earth is not their immediate destination. Current projections place their path through the asteroid belt within months, aligning with regions rich in metals and silicates. If these objects are scanning or surveying, the asteroid belt would be an ideal target, a treasure trove of resources and information. Could they be studying it? Searching for something left behind? Or preparing for a rendezvous with something we have yet to detect? Philosophically, the implications are staggering. Humanity has long imagined contact with extraterrestrial intelligence as an unmistakable event, a radio signal, a landing, or a broadcast message. But what if intelligence expresses itself differently? What if the first sign of another civilization is not a greeting, but silent observation? Slow, patient, methodical reconnaissance. And what if Earth is not the point of interest? For centuries, we have assumed that we are the focal point of the cosmos. But perhaps these visitors do not care about Earth at all. Perhaps they are mapping the solar system as a whole, cataloging resources, or simply revisiting a point of importance from their past. The unsettling possibility is that we may not be the main character in this story. The return of Oumuamua, especially with companions, forces us to confront a new reality. We are not just observers of the universe. We are being observed. The watchers, it seems, have come back. And they are not alone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Space Loop for more updates on this unfolding mystery. And let us know in the comments, what do you think Oumuamua really is? A natural phenomenon stranger than science has yet explained? Or the first undeniable sign that we are not alone in the universe?